Well, I didn't seem inevitable, but I guess the inevitable has once again happened. Uh, let's get into it, I guess.
Do it.
Hello, everybody. Heads Up Play, episode 40. Yeah, look, I know we're not, it just doesn't seem like we're as joyful as usual, and
We
that's
have a
because
reason. We have a reason not to
we
be
have a
joyful.
reason, and you probably know. You probably know. I was sitting in bed last night. I was actually falling asleep. And my fiance, who was laying right next to me, she's on her phone. She gets an ESPN notification. Ronald Acuna Jr. tears his ACL. And she tells me that, and I audibly go, just come out of. I was almost falling asleep. I was almost asleep. And I went from that to just 100. But let's get into it a little bit. Joined as always by the one and only John Rivers Nix, aka Cowboy. Despite the bad news, how we doing on this Memorial Day weekend, Jr.?
It's been good, man. It's been good, and also we want to wish a thank you to all the people in the service and all branches of military. Thank
Absolutely,
you for everything that you've done for us. All those that are with us and all those that service. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
absolutely.
But it's been
Cannot have a podcast like this without what they go through and what Memorial Day is for the ones who have passed.
the
So
ones that have fallen. Thank you for the ones that have gave their life to give
absolutely,
us freedom. We really appreciate it.
absolutely. So yeah, I'm spending my Memorial Day doing this, which is I would rather do nothing else.
You're
I'm
right.
just
You're
kidding.
right.
There's a lot of things I would rather do, but we have our priorities straight, and Heads Up Play is a priority.
It
Ain't that
is. I
right?
mean, it's a priority. I mean, I looked at my wife today and said, "Baby, like," she said, "Can you go to the grocery store and pick stuff?" I was like, "No, I got to go make some money."
I'm
And then
telling you,
she
one
said,
one of these days,
and then she goes, "You don't make money." And then I told her to shut up.
one of these days, our significant other are gonna be in labor. I think we gotta have a conversation of what comes first.
I say that like if I name mine heads up, and then you name yours play. So we
Yeah,
can
play
say
with play, play, and then episode blank as their middle name.
I mean, just whatever the next episode. What would the thumbnail look like? Ah!
Wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando.
Me.
Hey, have you seen that baby that she got interviewed by like
Yes.
MSNBC or something?
And the girl asks her, she goes, "Me."
Me, golly.
I saw somebody said it looked like Baby Boss, he goes, "Me," and then like, let me, oh crap, I just talked, and then like they just start like doing baby
Uh,
thing.
they're on to us. So, yeah. So Ronald Acuna Jr. Get into it because I actually was not watching the game. We'll get into why I wasn't here in a little bit, but I wasn't watching the game. You were I believe, at the moment when it
So
happened. So what exactly went down?
I'm at the pool yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to put on my headphones, take a nap, listen to the game while I fall asleep because they've been boring enough to put me to sleep. So Cunha gets up there, hits a leadoff double, gets on second, and he's leading the league in steals right now. And so what he does is he goes. It looked like he was going to third, but like he went back. When he goes back, the knee gives out. It was not good. It was not good. Couldn't get up. Had the help to get off the field. Limped off the field. It was a non-contact play, and anybody that watches sports or plays sports knows when you get a non-contact injury, that's never good. That usually means
It's almost like number one thought is, oh God, please don't be ACL. Please don't be ACL.
and 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 he's one of the you don't see a lot of ACL tears
Not in
in
baseball.
baseball. I mean, the only ones I can think of in past time was Gavin Lux last year. You had Marcus Stroman, I think, 2 years ago, and then you had Andrew McCutcheon back when he was the Phillies. You don't see a lot of ACL tears.
No. And because it is so, I guess because you're not moving like without thought, basically, like all of your movements are kind of
pre-thought.
pre-thought of, like whether okay, I got to prepare myself for this fly ball. I know when I'm stealing. I know when to go. That kind of stuff. I could be totally off of that. I don't really
But
know.
we're not
But
doctors. Yeah, we don't know that
yeah,
stuff.
we're not doctors. Don't come after us. Oh, crap. Um,
Yeah, cornbread.
shout out to our amazing fans who commented on the Arkansas SEC preview. But yeah, so I mean, this is just devastating. Despite our laughter and our joking, I mean, this has been the saddest season as a Braves fan that I can remember for quite some time. At least in the Brian Snitker, Alex Anthopoulos era. I mean, like 2018 was fun because it was kind of like those
The baby Braves. It
the
was the
baby Braves. I mean, it was like the Orioles team a couple years ago, or last year rather. 2019 was a letdown. I mean, that was a World Series caliber team that just kind of didn't have it all together with the experience in the postseason. 2020 was a massive you know
don't even go.
disappointment in the
That still
postseason.
makes me
But I'm glad we
sad.
didn't win that one because we won it in 2021 despite having a terrible first half of the season. 2022 was a disappointment in the postseason. 2023 was a major disappointment. And then this year as a whole, I mean, at least last year, you were setting records, hitting all the home runs, getting the stolen bases. You had one of the greatest offensive teams of all time. And for whatever reason, they just could not come anywhere close to that this season. And Ronald Acuna Jr. was one of them. I mean, he struggled to hit home runs. He was still stealing bases. He was still kind of getting on base, but his average was not there like he usually is. I mean, he's usually 290, sometimes above 300 kind of guy. I mean, I think prior to yesterday, I think his average was like what 260 something, 250
It
something like
was.
that.
It was. Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
I'll keep talking while you look that up. But I mean, overall, he was not having the season that Ronald Acuna Jr. was
250. He
supposed
was
to have.
batting a straight 250.
250. So, and what does that remind you of? It reminds me, tell me if you agree or not, reminds me of when he came back in 2022 from his season ending injury in 2021. He just wasn't himself. And I think he said that what was not bothering him. But the stuff that went down in spring training with his knee or his meniscus, whatever it was, that had to be playing a part of it. Like Ronald Acuna Jr. is the caliber of player. He doesn't just stop being good. Something had to be interfering with him, whether he knew it or not. And I think that definitely had something. Read a little something that he had like a baby torn meniscus or something like that, and he was just playing through it. But I think that this is just a major disappointment. I mean, what more can you say about it?
But say it's upsetting. It's upsetting. It's you hate it because you want to win it with Ronald.
Yeah.
After that 2021 season, what he endured, and then he showed up last year and showed everybody, "Hey, I'm still here. I'm still the can be one of the greatest of all time with a 40-70 season." And then he goes through this again. It's just heartbreaking. It's
You hate it
heartbreaking.
for him. I mean, he's the kind of guy that look, he came out with that long story prior to the season, like the night before opening day or whatever it was, kind of like a mini autobiography about like what baseball meant to him, what the Braves mean to him. And it was really heartfelt and it was pretty nice to see coming from Ronald, who has always been looked at as kind of like flashy, showboaty,
Attitude,
arrogant.
yeah.
And that showed, more of a heartfelt side to him, very mature. And he said that he envisioned winning the World Series in front of all the home fans, and everybody rushing the field. And he said he wanted to catch the last out, I believe is what he said. And knowing that no matter what, whether we make the World Series or not, whether we win it, whether we don't even make the postseason, he's not going to be a part of that. That just breaks my heart, and I know that breaks his heart. It's just a sad year to be a Braves fan, man. I mean, look, I know what a lot of people are saying. What happened last time?
We won the
Ronald,
World
we won
Series.
the World Series. Yes, I know. Let's go out. Let's get Jock Peterson back. Let's get Jorge Soler. Let's get Eddie Rosario. Let's get the team back together. We got Adam Duvall. I mean, it's looking a lot like 2021. The difference is Ronald Acuna Jr. was on pace to have one of the greatest seasons of all time in 2021 before he went down. Not this. I mean, he was basically doing what he did in 2023
Yeah.
in 2021. And two, um, that was kind of a one-off. Two, I mean, and also you and I talked about it before hopping on the podcast. If we win the World Series, we want Ronald Acuna Jr. to be a part of it. We want Spencer Strider to be out there throwing. So I mean, it's just disappointing, but it is what it is, I
I
guess.
just don't see a general manager, getting fleeced like they did the last time this situation happened. And you say, well, they accepted it. That well, I know they accepted it, but hell, they just thought, well, here's little Braves. They're 50. What were they like 51-50? They ain't really that good. Hell, let's just toss them this guy. Like they ain't going.
You're right. They'll have to understand, learn from past mistakes. They know the Braves right now, even without Ronald Acuna Jr., even without Spencer Strider, sitting 6.5 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies prior to opening day. What was it? Who were the top two teams in all of baseball? Dodgers,
It was Braves.
Braves. This team, even without those two guys, are a sleeping giant. And
They
you're
are.
right.
They
I
are.
guarantee you, no general manager will want to mess with that.
The only teams that I could see them maybe messing with them, I would almost go to say Oakland, but I feel like Oakland's like we made two deals with y'all and no one has progressed that you've gave us. So maybe the White Sox.
Well, and we're in a different situation now. 2021, we had the farm to spare. We don't have farm to spare this year. We've drained it. We've got a few good guys like a Hurston Waldrop and some others, but like,
I don't
who
want
do
to give
we
up
have to
Hurst and
trade?
Waldrop for a rental.
Exactly, exactly. I
Unless
don't
the
know.
rental is like a Shohei Ohtani. I'm not
Yeah,
giving up. Yeah, I don't want to give up no big rentals. So I guess my question is to you: have you heard any names for a replacement for Kenny? Because I got CBS Sports right here, like a little list.
I haven't heard any names in particular, as I just get an ESPN notification saying who will step up for Braves after Ronald Acuna's latest injury from Buster Olney. I can more so see them going after some unsigned free agent who's just sitting out there rather than try to make some trade. But see, AA is the trade guy. He's not much of a free agent kind of guy. So I really don't know. But who are some of those names?
I Okay, for instance, he's thrown out there. Busta Only's thrown out there. Tyler O'Neill, that's not going to happen. Harrison Bader, waste of time. Mark Kahana, that wouldn't be bad. Sterling Marte, don't want that contract. Um, Eddie Rosario and Kevin Kiermaier, none of those are bad. I heard from John Morris on MLB.network. It was Brandon Donovan. We're not going to get him. That's too many prospects. You had what's his name? Jaron Durain from Boston, young guy. Not gonna get that.
He is
Then the
so fast. I would love him.
and then CBS put on there number one, of course, and this is the in my. I'll leave him to last because this is who I think we'll get. He's the most realistic. You have Brent Rooker. I would love to get Brent
Would
Rooker.
love Brent Rooker.
He's having a great season. Taylor Ward from the Angels, not bad. Brian De La Cruz from Miami Marlins.
He's got some power. He's got some really. I mean, he destroyed us when we played against him a couple
And then
months ago.
they have Jesse Winker with the Nationals. I do not want him. The one name that I think that would help us, and he's having a great year actually, Tommy Pham with the White Sox.
Ah, I agree with you. I just don't know. And he's a great teammate, I've heard. But
Yeah,
I've also heard the opposite. I've heard that he can be kind of a clubhouse cancer, and a lot of Braves fans are not big on Tommy Pham. So I don't know how that would be taken.
he,
But I guess it is what it is. We shall see. But
I mean he's batting this year. I mean we could always get Yashel Puig. He's batting 315 right now.
Yasiel Puig?
No.
I was
Tommy
like, wait,
Pham.
has he in the league? Yeah, look, I mean, he's been great. He stepped it up ever since he went over to the Diamondbacks last year. He's been playing good. Um, but the Braves are sitting 6.5 games behind the Diamondbacks right now, or excuse me, behind the Phillies right now. What is the season outlook right now? I mean, because the Phillies, we've talked about it multiple episodes now. The Phillies just, they might just be legit.
People can't say that. The people have been saying the Braves, the Phillies ain't playing nobody. The Phillies ain't playing. We played the Pirates and lost that series. We was about to get
They
swept.
swept the Pirates.
I'm about to say we're playing the Nationals this week. Nationals on fourth place. Let me look.
Uh, third, I believe. Yeah, because the Mets have lost like something like 19 of their last 30 games or something like that.
Did you see that strikeout by Lindor?
No,
He didn't even. And he just put the bat on his shoulders. Like it was a looking. It was bad. They are in third place. Yeah, third place. So we're gonna have to beat the teams. Like we can't say that the Phillies are they're playing bad teams and beating them, and then we lose to them. So we just got to. I mean, we knew coming in the Phillies were good. Did I know they were going to be 38-16 good? No,
not
I
me.
don't think. I don't think no one did. Um,
And I think that's probably what they're doing. They saw the narrative and they said, let's go out in the regular season and prove people wrong.
but I don't know what's wrong with the Braves, man. I with this and Spencer Strider, I don't. You know, I really hope the wind's not taken out of the locker room.
I mean, that just kind of seems like what it was already. I mean, we can talk about Brian Snicker and how he just sits there like this, the entire time in the dugout, and then in every post game press conference, oh yeah, well, we're going through some things. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like, it's just typical Brian Snicker,
We need
you know.
Randy Marsh as our coach.
Oh yeah. Oh which Lizzo. Um,
By
um,
the way, that was a good. That was a. Did you watch the video I sent in of Lizzo reacting
I
to
did
the
see
song?
that, and I loved it. I loved it. For anybody who doesn't know the reference, go check out the new South Park special on Paramount Plus.
That was
It
amazing.
is awesome.
It-
Um, so let's talk. Don't need to spend too much time left on the Braves because we still have a little bit to talk about left. But um, this is, I believe, the last year on Brian Snitker's contract, and you may now look at it like, okay, depending on how the rest of the season goes, because he didn't have Spencer Strider and because he didn't have Ronald Acuna Jr., upper management for the Braves may sit there and go, well, he didn't have his best pieces. But I mean, this has
I don't
not been
think.
a good year for him.
I don't think they'll fire him. I think he'll be there next year unless he retires. That's
Okay.
my opinion. If it was an
I
individual
agree.
owner, maybe, but I just don't know.
I agree. I agree. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. Hopefully the Braves can figure something out, make some good moves, if anything, and just get back to winning. And look, the Braves are still like 9 or 10 games over 500. They've just had a really, really, really tough month of May.
Yeah.
Maybe they can turn around. They always seem to every year, under Snicker at least, have one really hot month, whether it's June or July. Some point they turn it around. But NBA conference championships are ongoing. We kind of previewed them a little bit last episode or the one before. And both of them look to be blowouts.
Yeah, they're both blowout. Before we get started, I want to go to the NWNBA. Why is
Okay.
everybody hating Caitlin? Why is everybody hating Caitlin Clark right now? What has she done?
I've seen a little bit of that, and I haven't really looked too
What
much
has she
into it.
done?
But
I was
all right, so correct me if I'm wrong, and we're not a political show. We have our political beliefs, but we're not a political show. But isn't like race involved a little bit because she's supposedly like a pretty white girl or something like that?
they're saying that. So LeBron said y'all are hating Caitlin. Like, even the women are the ones going after Caitlin Clark.
Mhm, mhm.
LeBron kind of said y'all are giving her a lot of hate. Y'all being petty about the hate. Charles Barkley gets on TV and says y'all are being rude to some. This woman's helping y'all get Pride of Charter. Angel Reese last night after they beat somebody. It was 2 nights ago actually, and that's on getting a win in a packed arena, not just cause one of the players on our charter flight. Why
Well,
are you
I don't
making a
see how you
dig?
can complain about that.
Why are you making a dig? Am I saying she's the reason for everything? No. She's helping though. She's helping
Yeah.
y'all. She's helping the WNBA just like as Angel Reese is. Why are you giving hate to Caitlin? What has she done to everybody?
She's just gonna continue to go out there and ball because of that. I mean, like, what I don't know how many passionate WNBA, what's Atlanta's team? The Dream? I don't know how many
Dream.
passionate Atlanta Dream fans
I
there
don't.
are
I
out
didn't
there,
really
but
want to get into. I just saw it on TikTok today, and I kind of watched a breakdown. Like, what has she done? What has she done to get all this hate?
I have no clue. But So
But no,
yeah,
to the Western
three
and
and
East.
zero, both Western Conference Finals and Eastern, both sitting at 3-0 in favor of the Mavericks
I mean,
and the Celtics on
we
each side.
predicted the Mavericks and Celtics. That's what it's looking like right now. Um, yeah, I'm gonna tell you though, I don't think nobody can beat Kyrie and Luca right
You might be right. You might be
now.
right.
They're looking good. But I guess my question is, do you, out of those two series, which team can win a game to make it longer than a sweep? Give me the Timberwolves.
Hmm. I don't know. Denver. What you
Denver's
think?
Denver's not in it.
Excuse me. What you think?
I would probably go Minnesota. I think Minnesota can win a game to make it not a sweep. I think Indiana's done.
Yeah, Indiana's most definitely done. I think. I mean, but I can see Minnesota. I don't know why I said Denver. Um, Probably
This
Minnesota, I
this
guess. But the
this
Pacers
it reminds me of that Atlanta Hawks run like 2 or 3 years ago when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals to play the
kind of came out of
Bucks.
nowhere. Yeah.
And like they beat the 76ers and they made it to the Eastern Conference Final and they got I want to say they got swept or maybe won one game. It was kind of like one of those like you don't belong in this kind of
I mean, look, the
vibe.
Celtics are just too good. I think they're winning it all. But either way, yeah,
It
probably
would be pretty
Minnesota could pull
interesting
something
to
out.
see Kyrie versus Boston again
Hmm.
after leaving there. It was bad breakup. I
So do
mean,
you
when he
still
was
have Celtics winning it all?
I I like the
If
Mavericks. I
if it's
like
if it's the two matchup, if it's the matchup we think it's going to be.
I give me the Mavericks. I like Luca.
Oh,
Plus
okay.
I like Shark Tank.
That's what, that's what I was about to say.
I,
Like at
I
least, I mean, like I don't think he invested in Scrub Daddy, but I mean, at least he's
I mean, that's a
winning
mistake on I'm
championships.
about to say. I mean, but
Last Mavericks championship was what 2011,
10,
10 or 11,
10.
I believe.
It's one of those two, yeah, because they beat the Miami Heat. Let me look.
So, shows you how much basketball we know. This
Well,
man
it's
right
one of
here is
those
a
two. I just
basketball
don't.
guy.
It's 2011. It's
That's
2011.
what I thought. Um, so I mean, Mark Cuban is the man though. Like, have you ever have you ever looked at the net worth of all those
I
Shark
dude,
Tank guys and noticed how much richer he is than everybody else?
dude, it's
Like, I think it's
crazy.
like Lori's here. What's the other lady?
Uh oh.
I don't know the
Then you
short
got
hair blonde lady.
Dre. John. What's the black guy's name?
Oh
Draymond
oh
or
yeah. What is his name? Uh,
Draymond?
Damon Green, Draymond Green. Um, um, I think it's Damon. Um,
Damon. That's what it
Damon,
is.
and he's like right here.
Damian John.
Damian John, and then Mr. Wonderful Kevin is like here, and then
And
Mark
then
Cuban is like way up there.
you know the two people they've had on there is Charles Barkley and Alex Rodriguez. Two of the
I've seen
oddest.
Alex Rodriguez on there, and he's actually a pretty good businessman. I didn't know Charles Barkley was on there though.
He's a
That's
raging.
gotta be weird.
He's a gambler. He's a gambler. But
Let's get
what
Ben
was I?
Affleck on there. I'm sure he
What,
can
what was I going to say?
pull one on
Uh,
the poker table.
I was going to tell you something about the NBA. I lost.
All right, cornbread. All right, so we're moving a little bit further closer to the college football season. 95 days, might be 94 by the time you guys are watching this. But 95,
I'm
4
not
days.
including that week zero shit that
No,
when they play in Dublin, I don't.
no, I'm not really fully invested into it at that point. Maybe because I'm watching a little bit less baseball this year, maybe. But I agree with you.
I think the hype is added with the new college football game. To be
Oh, for
honest,
sure. I mean, I will be playing that from July 16th, just about every day, likely to the start of college football season. I mean, it's going to get me hype. I'm going to learn all the players. That's going to help me learn all the players for other
Okay,
teams.
over under 200 hours, over under amount of playing time you play on it.
Give me 1 second because a good test
Would
for
be
that
Fallout.
or is to look at how many hours I played Fallout because I
I'm
played
like
that a
on.
lot. I want to say probably over 200, but
Okay.
between the time it comes out and the start of college football season, I will be over 200.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What about you? You don't think you'll hit 200?
Give me the under 200 between
I just think
20.
I'll have some nights where I'm just
I'll be
going
close to it.
ham in dynasty
It'll be
mode.
weekends. I don't play it a lot during the week. Like I'll play it depends what I have going on.
I agree with you.
If I'm
I
not with
agree with
you,
that.
if I'm not with you, I'm playing video games.
What's your, like how often are you playing games? Like let's say you get into a game. Like I'm into Fallout 4 right now. I've been playing it nonstop almost every day, but usually it's only for 2 or 3 hours at a time at night.
Something like that. I can't play for like 6 hours. Like it
Yeah, and
depends.
I
It
could do that when
depends.
I was a
It
teenager. I can't do that
depends. I
anymore.
can do it on Friday nights, play till like 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I don't. It's only on Fridays. I can't do it Saturdays. I guess it's like after working all week. I'm like, I just want to relax.
All right. Let's just talk about a little bit of college football. I mean, we're just trying to eat some time for the rest of the podcast. One game you're most excited for.
If it's not the Georgia Bama game, give me the Texas A&M versus Texas game.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I am excited for that game to be back. 100%. I mean, I understand a lot of people being like upset about the SEC and like some games being taken away, like Alabama, Mississippi State, who have played every game every year since like 1940 or something like that. I couldn't give a rat's ass about that. I'm gonna
I
be
don't
honest with you.
believe. I hate when the people. I'm gonna be honest. I hate when somebody says, "Man, all this moving around, it makes it's not fun no more." Like the SEC's not good at. How can you say that? We're adding Texas and Oklahoma. I think we just became the strongest. I mean, you saw what the Big Ten did. I mean, they added 4 teams to just
Mhm.
beat our two.
Mhm. Which I mean, four teams that are nowhere near as big brands as Oklahoma and Texas.
Maybe only Oregon. That's the only one, and no, no, and even in the same league.
Well, I mean, USC obviously is USC, and they've got a huge brand, but it's definitely fallen off over the past
It's fallen off since
15
the
years.
2005, basically, since they
Yeah.
won it.
Um, but I would say that Alabama, Georgia, obviously probably number one that I'm excited for. Texas A&M. I'm also just excited for Texas, Oklahoma. I mean, that game is just incredible every single year. Um, Let me tell you one at the beginning of the season. Texas, Michigan. I think that will
That's gonna
be
be good.
incredible.
I think that's gonna be good. I want to see Miami, Florida. That'll be a pretty cool game. Can't think of nothing else right now. Can't think of another game.
Yeah, I
Those
can't
are
either, but I mean, it's just excited for the college football season, man. We're getting this has been kind of a fast moving off season, has it not? Like it's past few off seasons have felt slow, but like this one, I guess with all the college football video game stuff coming out and a lot of news about college football, the transfer portal and all that, like the off season is going really
it's
fast this year. It
it's
seems
going
like.
insane. It just I'm like you because usually right now that time of year you're just kind of like okay let's get to the end let's get to the end but I mean let's just get to the game let's get to the end of summer let's get to the games and it takes forever but I think we're under 100 days so we're almost there.
Right, right. All right. Do we have a question of the day, John Rivers?
So it's not food related, so that should be good.
Okay. All right.
What
Maybe
is
the
one
first time
sporting
ever.
event? What is the one sporting event from the past that you would love to go to? That you'd be like, I
Like
want to go to.
like an actual one that like.
It's already happened.
All right. Give me out the national championship, Alabama, Georgia, 2017, second and 26. Give me that. As a non-biased fan, give me Super Bowl 3.
Okay, not bad, not bad,
Sup
not bad. Give me. I'm gonna say this as a Falcons fan, but it'd still be pretty cool to watch it in person. 28-3, the New England Patriots coming back to beat the Falcons. That would have been a great one. I'll give you a non-fan event, and it's a random one, but it'd be cool to watch. Barry Bonds when he broke the record.
That would be sick. That would be sick. Give me before we go, one sporting event in general that you would love to go to.
Super
Kentucky
Bowl,
Derby,
Super
F1,
Bowl, Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl, basic,
I
basic.
think the Super Bowl would be the coolest one ever. I mean, everybody else talks about, you have 7 games in the finals, 7 games in the worlds. Super Bowl, it's one game. Everybody talks about it 365, plus you get a concert.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, I'm not a soccer fan. Give me the World Cup.
I think that'd be cool. I think that would be cool. That would be cool.
All right, guys. I think that does it for episode 40. 40 of Heads
Odie.
Up Play.
Odie.
40, baby. We're gotta go play Edward Scissor 40 hands. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about cornbread? I love cornbread. What do you,
You gonna eat your cornbread, Claude? You gonna
what's one sporting event that you would love to attend? What do you think about the college football season? What do you think about the Braves? I mean, how is the season going to go?
drop in the comment who you think we
Drop it.
should get. I
Drop
mean,
it. Yeah, exactly. Let us know, everybody. Heads Up Play. We is out.